everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Authentic Black Goddess TV. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is the second dose of your daily vitamins. So let's get into it. And as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. You can also follow the QueenAShakur fan page, and you can find me on Twitter at DGoddess27. Shout out to everyone tuned in to the Queen and everyone in the chat. Hello, Pearly, Silent D, Solar Sun X, Woke One is Black. All right, Brianna. Okay, hold on, people. Bridget. Mika, The Conscious Room, G. Purry, Aeon's in the house, Queen Mommy, Queen Shay, Queen Adaya. That guy from Texas. All right. Let's get into it. Shout out to anyone I missed. And mods, moderators, pay attention. If you see any Russian bots in my chats, get rid of them post-haste, please. Thank you. I just dispelled one of them. I don't know why all these Russian bots are sending people's chats on it, but they got to go. Okay, listen to this. Clear the nefarious people. Hey, LeVar, Beat Silla's in the house. AB the Great is Black. Ladybug, Melanated Brown. Check this out, you all listen. State is seeking death penalty for parents accused. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because a lot of these things have parents involved. So when you look at these nefarious children out here being whole thugs and just doing all kinds of stuff like mass shootings and just killing up people and stuff and robbing and stealing and lying and cheating, they get that from their parents, a lot of them. Because there's a lot of parents that are so nefarious. Now, this story is just ridiculous and sad. The state is seeking the death penalty for parents accused of an especially heinous murder of adopted daughter found skeletonized in burned attic. I'll show you the picture of the thugs in a minute. Now, state prosecutors in Arizona are looking for the death penalty for a married couple that is accused of killing their 11-year-old adopted daughter. Then they hid her body in the attic of their home for several years. And then they set the house on fire. Now, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office this week formally filed notices of intent to seek the death penalty against Maribel Loera and Rafael Loera, both of whom are facing a slew of felony charges in connection with the death of Anna Loera. Now, a previous report by Law and Crime says that the Loeras in January of 2020 were both arrested and later charged with first-degree murder, also child abuse, conspiracy to commit child abuse, concealment of a body, and arson of an occupied structure. If convicted on the first-degree murder charges, prosecutors say they plan to present evidence of aggravating factors at the sentencing phase of the trial, showing that the Loera's conduct was especially heinous and cruel or depraved. They acted with a depraved mind. They absolutely did to do all that and justify putting the adoptive parents to death. They say if not yet admitted into evidence, the state will offer additional evidence from guilt phase witnesses relevant to the aggravating factors, including the cruelty of the victim, prosecutors wrote in the filing. Now, for example, the state will be calling the medical examiner and forensic anthropologist to discuss cruelty elements. The cruelty elements of Arizona law require prosecutors to include the mental, emotional, and physical suffering of a victim. The heinous and depraved elements of the law look at the factors such as the helplessness of the victim, the senselessness of the crime, and the violations of a special caretaker relationship, amongst other things. So they have every element of it, because when you look at the fact that this was an 11-year-old child that they adopted, not their biological child. Now, they adopted this poor child. Yes, the child had to be going through immense emotional and physical suffering. They had her in the attic. Now, the question is, were they even feeding this child, treating this child, was she going to school? Probably not, because if she was missing and dead in the attic for years, no one obviously noticed that she was missing. So did they even have her in school? I don't think so. And they probably had the child if they're starving. You know how they do those kids when they lock them in attics and basements. Probably didn't even take care of the child at all. And we don't know what the child died of, I don't think. But anyway, because the body was there for years, like they said. And then they set the house on fire. So that likely destroyed any evidence that would give conclusive, results or information as to how the child died. Just devils. So they say officers with the Phoenix Police Department and the firefighters with the Phoenix Fire Department on January the 28th of 2020 responded to a 911 call reporting a fire at the Loeris' home. Now, the call came in only an hour after the Department of Child Safety removed 3 children from the home due to allegations of severe abuse. Now, that is extremely suspicious. The call came only an hour after the Department of Child Safety removed 3 children from the home because of severe abuse. So you mean right after they came and took their kids, they set the house on fire? That's absolutely what they did. Now, after firefighters were able to subdue the blaze, authorities entered the home and found Anna's skeletal remains stuffed in the attic. Under questioning from investigators, Raphael allegedly admitted to siphoning gasoline from his car, which he then used to set the house on fire. I'm going to tell y'all what they probably did. When the Child Protective Services came and took those 3 children, they probably feared that they would start questioning those children, and then those children would then find out or then say that they had another child who they likely killed or that was in the attic or whatever. They likely would have said something about the other child that was dead. That's probably why they hurriedly set the house on fire to try to destroy the evidence. But the firefighters luckily got there in time. So after firefighters were able to subdue the blaze, authorities entered the home and found Anna's skeletal remains stuffed in the attic. Under questioning from investigators, Raphael allegedly admitted to siphoning the gas from his car, which he then used to set the house on fire. So stupid. Citing court records, Phoenix NBC affiliate KPNX reported that Raphael also confessed that he wrapped Anna's dead body in a blanket and stashed it in the attic at the house. Raphael reportedly told police that Anna fell very ill in the summer of 2017, but that he waited several days before trying to seek medical attention. First of all, who does that? If she fell very ill, as he said, why didn't he immediately take her to the hospital? Now, the Associated Press reported, they say, when he finally decided to take Anna to see a doctor, he allegedly said that he put her in the car and started driving. He then claimed the girl began convulsing and vomiting and then died before they reached the hospital. He reportedly claimed that he didn't report her death because he didn't want his other children to be taken away. So he stashed the body in the attic. 2 of those other children were Anna's siblings. Y'all believe that crap? This is so stupid. Here's the thing. If the girl started convulsing and died in the car, first of all, who is he? He's not a paramedic or EMT. How did he know whether or not she was dead? She could have been passed out unconscious. Why didn't he just continue on to the hospital and hopefully see if they could revive her or save her life? That's all lies and BS, honey. He killed that child. That's what they did. Devils. Now, despite Raphael's claims that Anna died in July 2017, investigators with Phoenix police said witnesses had last seen Anna alive in 2016. Raphael and Maribel are currently scheduled to be tried on March the 1st. These people are just a mess. I'm going to show you all these court filings that show that they need and that they want to give them the death penalty. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you in advance. There's the paperwork right there. Has both their names on it. And then at the bottom it says, in the Superior Court of the State of Arizona, in and for the County of Maricopa. As you can see, I thought it had something about the death penalty on there. But anyway, that's what they're looking to give them. Oh, yeah, that's what it says. It says at the top, Liera notice of intent to seek the death penalty. Well, I certainly hope they get what's coming to them because they deserve it. It is sick and twisted. Absolutely is. Just so sad. So anyway, now, a mother supposedly caught the father of her child abusing the infant, her son. And she found this out because she secretly recorded him. She must have known he wasn't hitting on anything, honey. But she recorded this thug. So a woman made a secret recording unearthing disturbing abuse, according to sheriff's deputies in the town of Decatur, Tennessee. A young man by the name of James B. Lance, who was 19 years old, was arrested and charged on Saturday for allegedly beating and shaking his infant son. What is wrong with these parents? If you don't want children, don't have them. And if you do, give them to somebody who wants them. Lord have mercy. So the mother told them that she found injuries on the boy, including bruising to his body and even blood veins popping out of his eye, according to authorities. Now, she set up a camera in his room and caught Lance, who is the father, shaking and striking the infant. Let me tell you something, honey. I wouldn't have needed a camera. I wouldn't have needed to set up a camera. If I came home and saw my infant son with bruises on his body and veins in his eyes like they're about to pop out, honey, please, after taking him to the hospital, I'm sure the doctors could have assessed that the child had been beaten, okay? I wouldn't need to see any video footage. That thug would have been in jail right then and there because I would have known who did it. So anyway, goes on to say that he was shaking and striking the infant on the camera. Now, for example, they say he allegedly held the baby face down in his hand and tossed him onto the changing table face first. He didn't like this child. He didn't like this baby. And they say, she says, I also saw where James was holding the child with his back to the camera and the child was crying loudly. And then the cries become muffled as if James was smothering him. That's what an investigator wrote in the affidavit. In another part of the video, I could see what appeared to be compression done by James at the changing table. And the child was crying loudly as James was doing this. Honey, just torturing this poor baby. You know what? I hope I never walk in and see somebody doing something like that, honey, because I promise you, it is not going to end up well. How dare you sit there and beat a poor defenseless infant like that? A whole thug. And this is the baby's father? Deplorable. Now, the mother took the baby to where he was born, Star Regional Hospital in Athens, Tennessee. The boy was only just born in December. This is what authorities said. Now, staffers at the hospital treated him for a badly bruised testicle. This baby may not even be able to have kids. This is so sad. A torn lip and other injuries. It was there that authorities first got the call about the alleged abuse. The baby was later transferred to the Children's Hospital in Knoxville. His condition is unclear. The Meigs County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond to law and crime requests for information. Lance, the father, is reportedly being held for aggravated child abuse at the Meigs County Jail in lieu of $1 million bond. Look at this fool. I'm going to show y'all this picture of this idiot. This is nothing but an animal. Who would do that to a defenseless baby? That's him. Look at it. And don't these people who do this kind of stuff always look like just the type of demons they are? Anyway, that's all so crazy. Yes, QueenAShakur said, wicked is as wicked does. Absolutely. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, the next live starts at, let me see. The next live starts at 7:50. Okay, so that's like 13 minutes from now. So you got like 10 minutes to get your snacks or whatever y'all gonna get. But I'm going live on the original QueenAShakur channel. Okay, we gotta talk about Sarah Palin. We gotta talk about Sarah Palin and Antonio Brown. So I hope to see you on the chats. Peace.